Hey everyone, this is the Preppy Crafty Girl, and today I'm again working in my All About Me journal. I came across some pictures of an outfit that my mom had made, actually two outfits that my mom had made me when I was younger. She used to sew a lot of our clothing as being a mom of 5 children, and I just have such fond memories of sitting with her and learning how to sew that I also went on to sew my own clothes when I entered high school. And she just has put that love of sewing in me that I've carried with me all my life. So I came upon these pictures and I thought I needed to journal them. I have a stack of 1950s, early 1960s Good Housekeeping magazines, and I went through and I just pulled out a couple of the ads as I was reading through them, and they were about anything that had to do with sewing or sewing machine advertisement. I just love this one with the pink and the red, and I had a red dress on, so I thought it would go nice, and I'm just gonna cut that out and use that as my background for my page. I don't know about you, but I really don't sew my clothing anymore. I found that back then it was financially important to do that. Fabric wasn't as near as much as it is now, and clothing was so expensive, it seemed, back then. You know, that was before the old Walmarts and Kmart and Target where you could just run in and, you know, grab a pair of jeans and a t-shirt and be out with 20 bucks. But those days and those times were not then. Back then, a lot of people sewed their own clothes, and it was more economical to sew your own clothing. And we used to take what was called home ec, or home economics, and we would learn how to sew in that class. I remember learning how to sew an apron. I learned how to sew pants. I can't really, but I just remember being stuck on the pant section that I kept cutting my pants too short trying to get the hem right, that eventually I ended up with Bermuda shorts. So yeah, that wasn't too great of an experience, but I do remember having to take it. And I don't know if young girls have to take that anymore. I know that my daughters, being a mom of 2 girls, they didn't take home economics. They took what was called family planning or something like that, where they learned how to, it was more like home skills. So they learned how to grocery shop on a budget, which I believe you should have anyway, how to do budgeting, how to write a check out, and things like that. So I would just be curious to see what's in our education system now as far as teaching home life skills to young people. I just love these old ads. Oh my goodness, I use them in all my artwork. I always have. I just love the patina of the pages. I love the old hairstyles. I love the furniture. Of course, I don't decorate that way, but I just think it's just so cute. I'm cutting out some words that I'm going to use as my so-called prompt on my page. And it says, for your daughter, which I just felt like it was apropos for what I was journaling about, how my mom bought me my first sewing machine, and how she instilled the love. My grandmother used to sew also too. My mom's mom, but you know, like I said, I believe a lot of more people sewed back then, and now there's this whole resurgence in sewing, but it's more sewing in your journals and sewing on paper, which is exciting. I'm just going to cut out this strip of vintage sewing machines. Ah, they're just so cute, and I love the colors. So I basically use that piece as a border at the bottom of the page. I know everyone has gotten used to hearing my air conditioner in the background, so I will not be apologizing for it. Again, this is going to be a temporary situation, but I appreciate the patience. I love using vintage ephemera and packaging and just bits and pieces from the past, just adding texture and layers and interest to my pages. So I'm using a cover of I think it's seam binding or hem tape, and I'm taking that little piece, and it's fit perfectly for those little pink buttons. So I'm going to be just putting on my photos, and then I will be journaling and using that pocket to hold my journaling. I had some washi tape that has a tape measure on it, and it is aqua, and I just adore it. So I will be adding that to this page also. Come on, 3-in-1 glue, you can get out of the bottle anytime now. That 3-in-1 glue, the 3-in-1 glue is excellent for fast grab, but then you still have some time to move it around. But it's nice and thick, so it's awesome for if you don't want to kind of wait. Yeah, I ended up going down the bottom since I needed it to be a pocket. So just kind of folding it in, and then I will glue it down on the page. Gotta get my placement. I don't really fuss around too much with placement, then I end up getting myself in trouble. So don't do as I do, but do as I say. Work on your placement, then glue down. The 3-in-1 glue is really nice for adhering thin paper down. It does not buckle the paper. And sometimes old paper is very thin, and if you use a real wet glue, like a white glue, runny kind of a glue, then it will buckle your paper. I have a lot of these. I have a lot of these washi rings laying around. They're very convenient for travel. In fact, I just kind of sorted through them the other day and was adding some new tapes that I got, and I was adding some new tapes on. And then I started to kind of separate them out as far as more the vintagey kind of feel, like my favorite ones that I use the colors a lot of. And then I did some that have all my Illustrated Faith ones on, then I have all my Planner Society ones. I'm really doing a big de-stash of my washi tapes right now because it has gotten out of control, and I'm not going to be moving them. So I actually have a washi tape roll stash on my Instagram for sale. If you scroll through the pictures, you'll see a picture. It is still for sale. It's a great deal. It's 40 rolls. I'm just putting on my title to my page at the top. I love cutting random words out of magazines and books, and I guess people call it like found poetry, or I don't know, ransom note poetry. But anyway, so I'm using For Your Daughter, and then I'm going to take a Tombow marker and just kind of go around the edge to make the title stand out. A lot of times I use a charcoal pencil. However, I didn't want to do that this time because I wanted to pull out the sagey kind of greeny aqua tone. That's why I'm using the Tombow marker. And I'm going to do something a little unconventional, and I'm going to use the back of the button packaging, and I'm going to use that to use as a journaling card. So here I'm just going to kind of fast forward and skip ahead because I'm sure you don't want to sit there and watch me journal. And just pop it in that little pocket I made and put it in back into my journal. So I just want to say thank you for following along on this journal, and also for subscribing. And if you are not subscribing yet, I would hope that you enjoy the videos enough that you would give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and that way you'll get notifications whenever I post a new video. I'll be doing a lot more video making in the future. I've already have been setting up a few different journals that I want to work in for different purposes, so I'll have different styles. But thank you again for watching, and I will see you soon.